Imagine being one of the most talked about college quarterbacks in the country, the face of highlight reels, headlines, and hype. Now picture walking onto your new NFL team's practice field, only to find yourself dead last in the quarterback line. That's the reality for Shedeur Sanders. And if the Cleveland Browns' first open OTA practice is any indication, the path from college fame to pro football success might be steeper than anyone expected. Today we break down what really happened at Browns practice, why the national media might be getting it all wrong, and what it means for Shedeur's chances of starting in Cleveland anytime soon. Cleveland, Ohio. The buzz around rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been deafening. Sports networks, podcasts, and analysts across the country have been debating whether Sanders should start for the Browns right out of the gate. For when the Browns opened their first OTA session to reporters, what we saw painted a very different picture. The coaching staff didn't need to say a word. Their actions on the field spoke volumes. Sanders may be famous, but he's not in their immediate plans. In fact, he's not even close. During the session, Dan Laba of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast summed it up perfectly. Today, at least, Shedeur Sanders very much looked like the fourth quarterback. He wasn't just behind Kenny Pickett and veteran Joe Flacco. He was also trailing behind fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, who had his own moments working through the rotation. While Pickett and Flacco shared the top reps, Sanders was consistently the last in line. Laba stopped short of calling him an afterthought, but the message was clear. Shedeur is at the bottom of the depth chart for now. That observation goes directly against what many national voices are saying. Because of his fame, his performance at Colorado, and his father Deion Sanders' influence, Shedeur came into the NFL with massive expectations. But the Browns media beat, those actually watching practices up close, are telling a very different and more grounded story. Mary Kay Cabot, one of the most trusted voices covering the Browns, confirmed that what we saw is exactly what was expected. According to her, we believe that's how it was going to go. She pointed out how public perception was shaped by Sanders' celebrity, not his fit in Cleveland's quarterback plans. And when you look at what the Browns actually did this offseason, the puzzle pieces start to make sense. Cleveland was aggressive in chasing Kenny Pickett early in the offseason. They selected Dillon Gabriel in the third round of the draft. They brought back Joe Flacco after waiting nearly a full month into free agency. And as for Sanders, they passed on him not once, not twice, but 6 times during the draft. If the Browns really believed Sanders was ready to compete for the top spot, they wouldn't have waited that long. Their actions, not their words, tell us everything we need to know about how they see their quarterback room. As Cabot put it, they were perfectly willing to let him end up somewhere else, and that says a lot. The implications go beyond just who gets more snaps at practice. In the NFL, being lower on the depth chart means fewer opportunities to prove yourself, fewer reps, weaker receivers to throw to, and often playing against lower-level defenders. That makes the uphill climb even steeper. Ashley Bastock drove this point home, explaining that most of the hype around Sanders isn't coming from inside the building. It's coming from fans, influencers, and media outlets who were already invested in the Shedeur Sanders brand. Whether they were Colorado fans or simply captivated by his rise to stardom, they built a narrative that's now colliding with NFL reality. If you want to understand the Browns' strategy, just follow the assets. Under GM Andrew Berry, this front office has had a clear pattern. They build their depth chart based on where they spend their money and where they invest their picks. As Bastick said, you can look at an Andrew Berry roster and pretty much tell where guys stand based on what the team gave up to get them. And when you follow that logic, Shedeur Sanders lands squarely at QB4. Even head coach Kevin Stefanski, while playing it cool with the media, couldn't change the fact that actions matter more than sound bites. The rotation at OTAs might not be final, but it gives a strong glimpse into where Sanders stands heading into training camp. And if he arrives there as the fourth quarterback, the clock will be ticking fast. With the Browns' projected win total sitting at 5.5 games according to Caesars, the team still has much to figure out. But one thing is already certain: Shedeur Sanders has a serious challenge ahead of him. To climb this mountain, he'll have to silence the noise, defy the odds, and prove to the Browns that he belongs at the top of the depth chart, not just in highlight reels or online debates. So where does Shedeur Sanders go from here? Is this just a slow start or the beginning of a humbling rookie season? Can he rise from fourth on the depth chart to shocking the league? One thing's for sure, the NFL doesn't care about hype. It cares about performance. And right now, Shedeur has a lot to prove. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense NFL updates, and let us know in the comments. Do you think Sanders will break through this season, or is this a reality check he won't bounce back from? We'll be watching every snap. Stay tuned.